Good afternoon to all. So today through this lecture I would like to explain three things related to your square root specially, and application of these three parts definitely you will be finding somewhere as the part of your exercise 6.2. So first you can see I have written there, find the smallest number by which the given number should be multiplied is the one case, and in same manner it can be by which number should be divided so as to get a given number a perfect square, and hence you can be asked to find the square root of the same. This is number one. Number two, I would discuss how you can find the greatest number of, like I am taking the example of 5 digits, maybe of 6 digits, 7 or 8 or 9 and so on. How to find the greatest number which is a perfect square, and how to find the smallest number of given digits which is a perfect square. And sidewise I would like to share the square root of a number where the zeros are involved somewhere in between the non-zero numbers, so that you can learning outcome. After this lecture you will be able to understand by which number should we multiply the given number or divide so that the resulting number is a perfect square, and how to determine the greatest number or the smallest number which is a perfect square of the given number of digits, and how to find the square root of any number which is a perfect square consisting zeros in between the non-zero digits. So first of all, let us take the case how to find the smallest number by which the given number should be multiplied so that it becomes a perfect square. Suppose I am taking the example from your textbook only, question number 5 is there. You are talking about 180. So by which number should I multiply 180 so that it becomes a perfect square? Dear students, this is not difficult at all. The procedure is quite same. What happens in this category, when you will go for prime factorization, so then you will not be finding the prime factors in perfect square form. So one number definitely will be alone there. To make that a perfect square, you have to pick the another number from your side. That is the number which is alone there. So if you make that pair of 2's, so definitely the given number will become a perfect square. Let us see what happens here in case of 180. So here it is 2 90s are, then it is 2 45s are. Here if you start with, then 3 15s are, again with 3, so that is 5. So if I proceed, I will be getting 5 ones are. Now you see 2 itself is a perfect square, 2 2's are 4. Then 3, again a perfect square, 3 3's are 9. But 5 I am finding alone there. So 180 is not a perfect square. That means because I am not getting the resulting factors in the pairs completely. So what happens? 5 is alone there. So if I could put one more 5 there, so that means I have to multiply it by 5. Then one more 5 will be there. When one more 5 will be there, so then pair of 2 will give you 1 2, from here 3, and pair of 5 will give you one more 5, and then it will make a perfect square. So if I multiply this 180 by 5, the result will be 900. So 900 if it is there, so then that is a perfect square. So if it is 900, you see what happens. 900 is a perfect square. Again, if you start with 2, 450. Again with 2, 225. 3 7s are and 5s are. 3 25s are. 5 5s are and 5 1s are. Now the pairs are completed. As soon as you will multiply it by 5, it becomes 900. So 180 is not a perfect square. 900 is a perfect square. Why? Because I need to multiply this 180 by 5. Why? Because 5 was alone there. To make that a pair with 5, so 5 5s are 25, so I need to multiply that by 5. So 180 when I multiply 5, then it becomes a perfect square. Pair of 2, 3 and 5 will be there. So once you are getting the numbers all in perfect square forms, only then you can call that number a perfect square, otherwise not. So this is the provision to find how we can determine the smallest number by which we should multiply the given number to make that a perfect square. This is going to happen always in such cases. Then if you are talking about the division, so this again will happen in case of division. By which number should I divide? Same case you can take. If it is 180, so now you see 2 into 2 into 3 into 3 into 5. 5 is alone there. So if I divide it by 5, this 5 is gone. So if I divide 180 by 5, what will the resulting number is? 36. You know 36 is a perfect square. So the condition is applicable in both ways. Either you multiply or you divide. But by which number, which during the factorization is lying alone there. So 5 is alone. If I multiply by 5, it will make it 900, which is a perfect square. If in case of division it is, so again I can divide it by 5. So when I divide 180 by 5, I will be reaching at 36, which again is a perfect square. So that you have to take care. So that is the example I have shared with you, how we can make the given numbers perfect square by multiplying or dividing the given numbers, so that the resulting numbers are becoming the perfect squares. Please make a note of that and try the other parts of your textbook in the same manner. So just to complete the factors of those, then the resulting numbers will always be the perfect squares. Next is, suppose before coming to this greatest number of 5 digits, I would like to share this here. If suppose you are asked to find the square root of this number, here it is 10,2001. Now between the non-zero digits, zeros are kept somewhere. As yesterday I explained through that lecture to you, you need to make the pairs. One pair and always from right to left. One pair, second pair, third pair, and one is alone. So 1 ones are 1. You have to read that table in square. Gone. Next turn is of zeros pair. So when it is 0, you need to put double of 1. That will become 2. So zeros are there, so you have to put zeros over there. Now you see 20 I have got here. When zeros are there, you need to put 0 here for this. That will give you 0 0 again, and here again 0 0. But then next turn is of 20. This is 1, this is 2, and this is third step. So here I will be getting 20. But here already 20 is there. 1, 2s are 2. I have to make double of this 1, 2. And zeros for this pair of zeros, zeros are zeros. Now it becomes 20. So if even I will put 1 with this 20, that will make it 201, which is greater than that of 20. So it means now this number is less. For that, as you were doing in division, you need to put 1 0 there and 1 0 here. Finally, the term of 0 1 comes. That is the next pair. So you have to join there. Now it becomes 2 0 0 1. So here, if you multiply 1 by 1, this will become 2 0 0 1. So when zeros are there in between, so you need to put zeros for the pair of 0, and if the number is less comparative to this number, then again you need to put 0, but do not forget to put the same here also. So 0 1 0 here, 1 0 here, and then see the result is 2001. So 1 you need to write here, so that I know that 2001s are 2001, and then you can find the resulting number is a perfect square, and square root of this 10 2001 is equal to 1001. So this is the way you can see how to put the zeros. Now let us come back to this. How to find the greatest number? Here suppose it is of 5 digits. So you write down the greatest number of 5 digits. You know one. Now greatest number of 5 digits, once you have written, you start making the pairs. So from right to left, 1 9 is left over there. So once you are looking for this, now 9. What I have to do there? 3 3s are 9. 3 3s are 9. Gone. 99. So double of 3 is 6. So if I put 2, it will be greater. So then I have to put 1s are. Suppose it becomes 61. So 9 minus 1 is 8. 9 minus 6 is 3. Next term is of 99. So double of 31, now I will be writing here is 62. Okay. Then it is 3899. Usually what we are doing, we are taking the resulting number by putting one number here less than that of this number always to get the remainder over there. Here you have to go one step ahead. Means usually whatever you are doing, you have to take the greater number. Usually what you will do there, you will take less than that of 38. Suppose I am saying it will be 6. So if I put 6 here, usually we are doing that 3, 7, 5, 6, and then I will check the remainder over there. Then I check the remainder over there. So 9 minus 6 is 3, 9 minus 5 is 4, 8 minus 7 is 1. So in that way, I am getting 143 as the remainder. So if I will subtract this 143 from this 99,999, 9 minus 3 is 6, 9 minus 4 is 5, 9 minus 1 is 8, here it is 9 and here it is 9. So proceed as it is, as you are proceeding in finding the square root of any number, and check the remainder finally. Check the remainder finally. Here the remainder is 143. So you subtract that remainder from the largest number. That was what? 99,999 of 5 digits. And subtract that. So resulting number 99856 means 99,856 is a perfect square. So in that way you can determine the greatest number of as many digits as it is given. Here it was of 5, so I have written the greatest number of 5 digits. And your proceedings are quite similar as we proceeded in finding the square root of any given number, whether that is a perfect square or not. But here, if it is not a perfect square, to make it a perfect square, whatever the remainder leaves at last, you subtract that from the greatest number of digits, whatever is asked, you will be getting the answer which is a perfect square, and that is the greatest number of 5 digits, which is a perfect square. Now if we are speaking from the smallest number of, here it is 4 digits. So I will write the smallest number of 4 digits, 1000, 1000. Again you start making the pair here. So 10 is there, so I will start 2 2s are 4, 3 3s are 9, 4 4s are 16, so 3 3s are 9. So 10 minus 9 is 1 and here it is 100. Double of 3 is 6. Now what happens? As you are always trying to get the number less than that of this number, so that I can subtract this to get the remainder. Here you have to do in reverse way. Now you need to subtract from this resulting number, after which we will be getting after multiplication here. So usually you will take 6 1s are 61, 6 2s are, it will be 124. So out of these two, if I put 1 here and I multiply it by 1, it will be 64. 61. That is the usual procedure we are following. So here to make it a perfect square, you need to take the next one, that is greater than that of 100. So greater than that of 100 will be 124, and how does it come? Then I will put in 2 over there. So 2 here. Now usually we are subtracting from this number the second one. So now you have to do it in reverse order. So you have to subtract from this number, you have to minus. So 124 minus 100. 124 minus 100 will give you 24. So this 24 you have to add here. There we have subtracted, here you have to add. So if you add this 1024, your resulting number will be 1024. 1024 is a perfect square. So if you find the square root of 1024, you will be reaching at 32. So 32 is the square root of 1024, which is the perfect square. But the question is, find the smallest number of 4 digits. So first of all, you have to write the smallest number of 4 digits, that is 1000, which is a perfect square. So procedure I am sharing with you. How to find that? So that is the remainder here. Usually whatever you are doing, in case of the smallest number, you need to do that. You have to take last step. In last step, you have to take the greater one here. And from this, you have to subtract this. And whatever the remainder will be there, that you need to add to this number. So the second format of the same question, it can be asked like in your textbook. One question is there. Find the list number, that is number 13. Which must be added to the following numbers. So whenever it is smallest number, find the smallest number which must be added. You see, I have added this remainder there. I added that. And find the greatest number. Find the greatest number is the question number. Somewhere you will be finding. Find the list number which must be added or which must be subtracted. So question number 14 is which must be added. So which must be added is this one, which is a perfect square, least number. Then 13th is find the least number which must be added, that is in question number 13. So that the given number is a perfect square. So that is the question like this. Which must be subtracted is this, which must be added is this. So it can be asked in two ways, like 12 and 13 are there in your book, added or subtracted, or directly find the greatest number of 5 digits or the smallest number of 4 digits, which are the perfect squares. So these questions you can practice. See the procedure I have shared with you through this lecture. Otherwise, remaining parts of the question definitely I will be sharing with you through your live classes also. So if any difficulty still left, you let me know. We will just be connected lively there also in your classes. Then I will share the same with you. Thank you and have a nice time.